Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudirayet
Tato Jayam Udirayet
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavati Ruttama Sloke
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki.
Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 1 Chapter 9 Verse 33. Tribhuvana Kamanam Thamala Varnam
Tribhuvana Kamanam Tamala Varnam
Ravikara Gauravara Ambaram Dadane
Ravikara Gaura Vara Ambaram Datane
Vapura Lakakula Vrithananabjam
Papura Alakha Kula Vritanan Avajam
Vijaya Sakera Tirastu Mena Vadya
Vijaya Sakhe Ratir Astu Me Anavadya
Tribhuvana Kamanam Thamala Varnam
Tribhuvana Kamanam Tamala Varnam
Ravikara Gauravara Ambaram Dadane
Ravikara Gaura Vara Ambaram Dadane
Vapura Lakakula Vrithananabjam
Vapura Alaka Kula Vrittanan Vajam
Vijaya Sakera Tirastu Mena Vadya
Vijaya Sakhe Ratir Astu Me Anavadya
Tribhuvana Kamanam Tamala Varnam
Tribhuvana Kamanam Tamala Varnam
Ravikara Gauravarambaram Dadane
Ravikara Gaura Vara Ambaram Dadane
Vapuraka Kula Vrutana Jam
Vapura
Vapura Alaka Kula Vrittanan Avajam
Vijaya Sakera Tirastu Me Anavadaya
Vijaya Sakhe Ratir Astu Me Anavadya.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace of Charanarinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
Synonyms. Tribhuvana, three statuses of planetary systems.
Tribhuvanaha, three statuses of planetary systems.
Kamanam, the most desirable.
Kamanam, the most desirable.
Tamala Varnam, bluish like the Tamala tree.
Tamala Varnam, bluish like the Tamala tree.
Ravikara, sun rays.
Ravikara, sun rays.
Gaura, golden color.
Gaura, golden color.
Varam, Varam, glittering dress.
Varam, Varam, glittering dress.
Dadane, one who wears.
Dadane, one who wears.
Vapu, body.
Vapu, body.
Alakakula Avrita, covered with paintings of sandalwood pulp.
Alakakula Avrita, covered with paintings of sandalwood pulp.
Anana, Abjam, face like a lotus.
Anana Abjam, face like a lotus.
Vijaya Sakhe, unto the friend of Arjuna.
Vijaya Sakhe, unto the friend of Arjuna.
Rathi Astu, may attraction be reposed upon him.
Rati Astu, may attraction be reposed upon him.
May my Anavadhya, without desire for fruitive results.
Anavadya, without desire for fruitive results.
Translation, please repeat after me. Sri Krishna is the intimate friend of Arjuna.
Sri Krishna is the intimate friend of Arjuna. He has appeared on this earth in his transcendental body.
He has
He
appeared
has
on
appeared on this earth in his transcendental body,
which resembles the bluish color of the Tamala tree.
which resembles the bluish color of the Tamala tree.
His body attracts everyone in the three planetary system, upper, middle, and lower.
His body attracts
His
everyone.
body attracts everyone in the three planetary systems, upper, middle, and lower.
May his glittering yellow dress and his lotus face covered with paintings of sandalwood pulp
May
May his glittering yellow dress and his lotus face covered with paintings of sandalwood pulp
be the object of my attraction, and may I not desire fruity results.
Be the object
be
of
the
my
object of my attraction, and may I not desire fruitive results.
Purport.
Purport. When Sri Krishna, by his own internal pleasure, appears on earth, he does so by the agency of his internal potency. The attractive features of his transcendental body are desired in all the three worlds, namely the upper, middle, and lower planetary systems. Nowhere in the universe are there such beautiful bodily features as those of Lord Krishna.
Jai.
Therefore, his transcendental body has nothing to do with anything materially created. Arjuna is described here as the conqueror, and Krishna is described as his intimate friend. Bhishma Deva, on his bed of arrows after the battle of Kurukshetra, is remembering the particular dress of Lord Krishna which he put on as the driver of Arjuna's chariot. While fighting was going on between Arjuna and Bhishma, Bhishma's attraction was drawn by the glittering dress of Krishna, and indirectly he admired his so-called enemy, Arjuna, for possessing the Lord as his friend. Arjuna was always a conqueror because the Lord was his friend. Bhishma Deva takes this opportunity to address the Lord as Vijaya Sakhe, friend of Arjuna, because the Lord is pleased when he is addressed conjointly with his devotees who are related with him in different transcendental humors. While Krishna was the charioteer of Arjuna, sun rays glittered on the dress of the Lord, and the beautiful hue created by the reflection of such rays was never forgotten by Bhishma Deva. As a great fighter, he was relishing the relation of Krishna in the chivalrous humor. Transcendental relation with the Lord in any one of the different rasas, humors, is relishable by the respective devotees in the highest ecstasy. Less intelligent mundaners who want to make a show of being transcendentally related with the Lord artificially jump at once to the relation of conjugal love, imitating the damsels of Brajadhama. Such a cheap relation with the Lord exhibits only the base mentality of the mundaner, because one who has relished conjugal humor with the Lord cannot be attached to worldly conjugal rasa, which is condemned even by mundane ethics. The eternal relation of a particular soul with the Lord is evolved. A genuine relation of the living being with the Supreme Lord can take any form out of the five principal rasas, and it does not make any difference in transcendental degree to the genuine devotee. Bhishma Deva is a concrete example of this, and it should be carefully observed how the great general is transcendentally related with the Lord.
हरि ओम तत्सतो ज्ञानतिमिरस्य ज्ञानजनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रसाय भूतले श्रीमते जयपताक स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमो आचार्यपदाय निताय कृपप्रदायिने गौरकथाधामधाय नगरग्रामतारिणे। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादे पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरा भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरिहराय नम कृष्ण यादवाय नम हरे गोपाल गोविंद राम श्रीमदसुदानाम करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दिनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्री चैतन्यमीश्वरम्। हरि ओम तत्सत्। So the whole universe is denoted in the upper, middle, and lower planetary system, and Krishna is all attractive. And in the whole universe of Chauda Bhuvana, 14 planetary systems in this universe, you will not find a beauty that you can find in Krishna, which means that his beauty is nothing material. His beauty is all attractive. Everybody, both theist and atheist, are equally attracted to Lord Sri Krishna. His bodily beautiful features is never found anywhere in any of the millions and millions of universes. And it can never be found, for his body is totally transcendental. And it has no way connected to material, either directly or indirectly. And Bhishma Dev wants to remember that Krishna, till a little before, he was remembering him as the carrier of the chariot wheel. Now he is remembering as a friend of Arjuna, the conqueror. Both in the chivalry humor only he remembered, but his mental status now is totally different. He doesn't see any kind of discrimination, friend, enemy, this, that, and all. So he is remembering Arjuna as a pure devotee and friend of Krishna now. He is not remembering Arjuna as an enemy, at least for the sake of the chivalry thing. Okay. So Bhishma Deva, he is on the bed of arrows, which is given by Arjuna. And once the battlefield of Kurukshetra is finished, immediately he started in the Smaranam, Vishnu Smaranam, Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. So he is in the pure, unalloyed, loving, devotional service of remembering the particular dress of Lord Krishna, which he put on as the driver of Arjuna's chariot. So he remembers now in the battlefield Krishna with the yellow garment as a Vijaya Sakha, the friend of Arjuna. Now he is remembering. And it was the dress he was wearing when he was fighting between Arjuna and Bhishma, especially. So Bhishma's attraction is drawn by the glittering dress of Krishna at the time when he was fighting. He was not able to focus fully onto the fight of killing Arjuna also. He was so much attracted to Krishna's dress itself during that time. He was so much admired at that time. at the enemy's chariot, and Bhishma was bewildered, and he was so admired, and he was so attracted to the dress of Krishna at that time when he was fighting also. So he was seeing, wow, such a personality is friend of Arjuna. So he's not Arjuna, he's Vijaya. So he is Vijaya Sakha. So now Bhishma Dev is remembering that beautiful form of Krishna as the friend of Arjuna on the chariot with the yellow garments, and it looked so attractive. And now Bhishma is remembering when he is seeing, just like Kunti, she was seeing Krishna when he was about to leave. At that time, she started remembering where all she saw Krishna, how and all Krishna came. In the similar way, now here Bhishma is supposed to leave his body. So he is trying to remember where all his Krishna has attracted him. And the most attractive being a Kshatriya was a chivalry mood, humor. That was the mood with which he wanted to give service to Krishna. So that was destined. So he gave the service in the chivalry mode. And now in the chivalry mode, he wants to remember Krishna. So he is remembering at that particular pastime where Krishna was as a friend with Arjuna with yellow glittering garments. That glittering is so glitter that gold will feel shy. So glittering. It is transcendental. It is totally transcendental. Gold stands nowhere in front of the glittering gold of Krishna's, yellow garments. So Bhishma Deva takes this opportunity to address the Lord as Vijaya Sakhe. From the mind, what he is remembering when he sees Krishna, that particular name immediately he is given. Vijaya Sakhe means friend of Arjuna, because when the Lord is very pleased when he is addressed conjointly with his devotees, always Sattva-tampati. So rather than, oh Lord, carrier of the chariot wheel, is also good. But it will be more nice if you call, oh Lord, Yasoda Nandana, Nanda Nandana, Devaki Nandana, Vasudeva, and or Vijaya Sakha, friend of Arjuna, friend of Uddhava Sakha. So if you address him, the Lord will be more pleased than carrier of the Sudarshan Chakra or the wheel of the chariot. Of course, those are also glorification. But the Lord is more pleased when somebody is addressing him along with his associate, along with his friend. That gives him very pleasing soothing to the Lord. So the Lord is naturally pleased here because of the devotion of the Bhishma. And the Bhishma has got the right words to address the Lord now by remembering in the same form as he addressed him, Vijaya Sakhe. So that while Krishna was the charioteer of Arjuna, the sun rays glittered on the dress of the Lord. So beautiful, who created by the reflection of the sun rays, such rays was never forgotten by Bhishma Deva. That scene is admirable. Still he is remembering as soon as he saw Krishna in front of him. He is remembering that most attractive part of Krishna that he has seen during the war. As a great fighter also, he was relishing. What a wonderful relation in the chivalrous humor he is relishing. So transcendental relation with the Lord in any one of the different rasas, humor, is relishable by respective devotees in the highest ecstasy. So Bhishma Deva is in full ecstasy now. He cannot remember anything other than Krishna's so beautiful and attractive feature, and is directly not only remembering, but he is remembering, he is seeing also. He is seeing also. So this is not a showcase like the mundaners are acting, especially artificially posing. And they are maintaining the conjugal love. So anybody who really seen or addressed or experienced the conjugal love of Krishna, which is totally transcendental, nothing to do with matter, such a personality will never ever think of sex here in this mundane material world. So this is very, very important that we need to understand that the so-called imitation of the conjugal rasa by the so-called cowardly men who is posing artificially as they are intimately related to Krishna is verily condemned, even by the ethics or mundane ethics, what to speak of any other thing. So the relation is eternal for every individual soul along with Krishna. It's very personal and private, a genuine relation. So that particular relation gives rasa. both to the Lord and to the devotee. It doesn't make any difference in transcendental degree to the genuine devotee. So Bhishma Deva, he is a wonderful example to show or display this exemplary ecstasy, rasa relationship with Krishna as individual person. So we need to observe very carefully in order to see the transcendental relationship of this great General Bhishma with the Supreme General, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. Shantagopi, you want to add anything? I will go to the next.
No, I would like to add.
Yeah, please.
Just a second. So it's a very, very beautiful prayer by Bhishma Deva. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuru Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Mukam Karodi Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Mande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam Brahmananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Vishwaram. So Jai Guru Maharaj ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So it's a very, very beautiful, amazing prayer by Bhishma Deva. And also like the special prayer is making. First he is describing Krishna, how he is seeing Krishna as when he was in the war field in a glittering yellow garment. Krishna Vijay Sakhe, as Prabhu mentioned, like a friend of Arjuna, not as a chariotry of Arjuna. He understood it's that friendship which made Krishna drive the chariot, and they are really dear to each other. So he's remembering him like that, and is desired by all the three planetary system, not only in material world, even in spiritual world. Everywhere, if you see, Krishna is the most beautiful, most beautiful. So he's all attractive. So here, specifically to say, Prabhupada is mentioning also Tribhuvane. Tribhuvane also mentioned in the sloka also, and Prabhupada is translating upper, middle, and lower planetary system, which actually means all the three planetary system, anybody looks at Krishna will get attracted. Such a features Krishna is having, amazing features of Krishna are so attractive. Just Nama, Rupa, Guna, and Leela, Mahima. This associates that the first is Nama. The holy name of the Lord itself is very attractive. Then the form of the Lord is attractive. Nama, Rupa. Third is the Guna, the characteristics, the character of Krishna is so attractive. Behavior, his character, Guna, various qualities. And then the fourth is like associates and pastimes. They are also very, very attractive. One may become a devotee simply getting attracted to the devotee of Krishna. That much is the attraction by the devotee of Krishna, and also by the activities, Leela. Leela, always devotees are having association with Krishna. So there is some pastime going on between devotee and Krishna. So Krishna is telling, I live in them and they live in me. In Bhagavad Gita, he says that it's like they're very dear to each other. When a pure devotee is acting, then you can see how Krishna is reciprocating to the pure devotee. So this itself will attract a normal, even a conditioned soul. So here, who will get attracted to Krishna is mentioned Tribhuvane. All three worlds, not just devas, not just the followers of Vedic system, there's no conditioning. So this is very clearly expressed that even the people who are demoniac in nature will certainly get attracted to Krishna. And also, all three planetary system is getting attracted to Krishna. So how that is very, very nicely mentioned while the discussion with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, also a discussion with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Sanatana Goswami. Atma Ramascha Munayo Nirdranti Abhirutrame Kurvanti Haitu Kim Bhaktim Idam Bhuda Guno Hari. What is the guna of Hari? What is the characteristics? How Krishna is attractive? What kind of attraction is Krishna having? Atma Ramascha Munayo Nirdranti Abhirutrame. So what is that Atma Ramas? Various types of Atma Ramas. Displayed so many varieties, who and all. The persons who are liberated in Vaikuntha, the persons who are liberated by Jnana Yoga or Ashtanga Siddhi Yoga, who are attracted to impersonal Brahman, and the persons who are or maybe attained the liberation of impersonal Brahman also, and the person who has attained various kinds of muktis, Ayodhya, Sarupya, so all the Atma Ramas, okay, they are various kinds of Atma Rama. Atma Ramas to Munayo, Munaya also, many different meanings are given. And each of the meaning is nothing but Rajeshwara Prabhu, your screen is getting shared. And then various types of Atma Ramas, which includes human beings, animals, birds, aquatics, illiterate people like Sumba, Nisumba, and Andhra, Kapulita, Pulkasha, very, we can say uncultured human, and also Ashuras, Pishashas, Devas, Kinnaras, Kimpurishas, all 18 lakh species, or various forms of bodily machine. But inside is the spirit soul, and the spirit soul gets attracted to Krishna because Krishna is the source. Krishna is our connection. We are the Shakti, but that is the Shakti, but the Shaktiman is Krishna. So we are eternally related to Krishna, and that attraction will naturally awaken once somebody comes in contact with Krishna via media of Bhakti Yoga, which is actually devotional service. Prabhupada is translating it as devotional service by various activities. The definition, what is devotional service? The definition is already given to us. So this is the explanation, like Prabhupada, his body attracts everyone in 3 planetary system, upper, middle, and lower. So this is what Bhishma Dev is saying. But at the same time, Bhishma Dev is praying that let me not be attracted by the desire of fruitive results, especially sometimes we used to say that how very easily Western devotees picked up Krishna consciousness compared to even in India. Everybody says, oh, I know, they know Krishna. The problem is they know Krishna, they think. This is a problem, and the Vedic culture itself is bringing a negative impact of taking up Krishna consciousness. They're finding it very difficult to take up Krishna consciousness. The reason is here, Bhishma Dev is mentioning the similar reason. So may his glittering yellow dress and his lotus face covered with paintings of sandalwood pulp be the object of my attraction. May we be attracted by this beautiful Krishna, the lotus face covered with paintings of sandalwood pulp. And may I not desire fruitive results. So what is the problem with Vedic culture? What is the problem with the Vedic followers? The problem with the Vedic system, which is already declared by Vyasadeva, by his unhappiness and dissatisfaction, is even though he has written all the Vedas are oriented towards fruitive results. So the followers of Vedic culture has a very serious problem of taking up pure devotional service. The reason is they desire fruitive results. They always have a tendency because the entire Vedic system is based on fruitive results. So here Bhishma Dev is specifically praying that my Krishna be the sweet, beautiful, glittering yellow garment, the Vijaya Saka, and his face is like a lotus. And covered with paintings of sandalwood pulp. We see here in Mayapur and other temples of ISKCON, we decorate the deity with the sandalwood pulp. So be the object of my attraction. So this Krishna is always decorated with the various minerals which are acquired from the Govardhana hill. And he wanted that Krishna's, he wanted to get attracted to that Krishna instead of fruitive results, which generally people of Vedic culture or addicted to. This is the danger of Vedic culture. So this bhakti will not be pure because that is Karma Mishra Bhakti. Karma Mishra Bhakti is to seriously consider themselves to be a part of a culture, Vedic culture, whereas Krishna says that Sarvadharman Parityacha Mamekam Sharanam Braja Aham Tvam Sarva Papepyo Mokshaisyami Masucha. So they fear Papa. They fear Punya. They want Punya and they want Papa. The intention is there in the core of the heart. And that is exhibited when performing devotional service of Krishna consciousness. So this is the danger here. Bhishma Dev is pointing out that the rasa, the sweet mellow between Bhishma Dev and Krishna is exhibited here. Where jnana karmadi anavritam, he doesn't want this jnana karma. This karmadi anavritam. The karmadi anavritam is the proudness due to the following of Vedic culture. That's the proudness. I'm Sattva Guna. Sattva Guna is conditioned by goodness or conditioned by mode of the happiness. Conditioned, of course, it gives happiness. It gives happiness. But still, Krishna is telling Sarvadharman Paritija. And you fear sin? Don't fear sin. Don't fear sin. Why? Aham tvam sarvabhavebhyo mokshayishyami. I will take away from you from the fear of sin. Don't worry, okay, I'm leaving this Vedic culture or this kind of culture, which is my background. I'm born in Ekuli, Okuli, Tirukanjali, Rakhiyo Charane Moria, Panarabuli. I'm this Kula, I'm that Kula, I'm born in this culture. I'm Indian, so I'm very proud. I'm born in the Vedic culture. Here, Vishnu is requesting, praying that may I not desire fruit of results. So this is the thing, very, very important point here to see. Prabhu, can you go to the end of the purport? So we should be very, very careful that am I executing just Krishna conscious as directed by my spiritual master? My spiritual master is everything. I don't pick up other lines from other sources. There may be various sources where we get information due to our fruitive mentality or whatever so-called culture we have adopted by our karmic birth. So here, the specific thing is about the relationship between the Supreme Lord and the Spirit Soul. That is the primary thing. So here, there are various kinds of relationship a particular devotee has with Krishna. And of course, by Guru it is revealed. But one rasa is permanently there, which every devotee can execute, that is dasya. So being a servant of Krishna, under the bona fide guidance of a spiritual master, is a wonderful rasa which we anyway can pick up. And then from there, then automatically by performing sincere, genuine devotional service under the lotus feet of the spiritual master is the way we be revealed of the beautiful relationship a particular individual soul has with Krishna. That is revealed only by the mercy of the pure devotee, spiritual master, who is empowered by the internal potency of the Lord. So here, Prabhupada is mentioning about the various rasas or the relationship with the damsels of Rajadama in the relation of the Lord exhibit only a base mentality of a. So sometimes what happens if we go to Vrindavan and all, there are many Babajis who are sitting there and they think they show off that they have attained the various perfection of relationship with Krishna. And they duplicate, they act. I already have discussed it, like sometimes we go to the temple and there will be a Mataji doing puja, then you will think, okay, this doing arati, some lady, but when the person turns back, then you understand it's the man dressed in women dress. So this is actually various, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is listing, like Saki Beki and various other types of deviations. So this is very, very important that we don't get carried away and prematurely try to attain the perfection, whereas the perfection is given by the spiritual master, where our duty is to serve the spiritual master sincerely. So that is being told, we can see practically how Prabhupada served Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He then, okay, sometimes people discuss, okay, Prabhupada came out of mercy to Western country, Prabhupada targeted on youth. No, he never planned. His Guru's plan is his plan. That's it. No private agenda. Any private agenda will end up in misery or frustration. Private project, private agenda, but fully surrendered to the spiritual master. You can see how beautiful his call is manifested. Why? Because a sincere disciple tried to follow the instruction of the spiritual master. Despite his bodily odds, old age and everything, bodily odds, he was trying to fulfill the instruction of the spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So this beautiful song came. Similarly, Guru Maharaj, Jayapataka Swami Gurudev also is very sincerely trying to execute whatever as the orders, direct orders given by Srila Prabhupada to him. And of course, it will manifest Krishna will where we can see that it's simply getting manifested. Very simply getting manifested and people are getting attracted. So all these are due to the mercy of the spiritual master. So here, we cannot be a mundainer who humiliate the rasa. Sometimes prematurely they talk about all these rasas and something and they don't even exist in the world and suddenly they disappear also. They die. They simply die. So we should be very careful that we are not the mundainers and mentally psychological manipulation with various lectures or whatever related to these kind of rasa should be avoided, not based on the scriptures. Like if you want to know more about this conjugal humor and various humors, then read Nectar of Devotion, which is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which is given by Srila Prabhupada. In that way, authoritatively, we can know, instead of prematurely asking someone, what is my Siddha Veda? What is my previous? They go to the Jyotish and ask, what is my previous life? I know your previous life, past life also, future also I know. Come to me, I'll tell you. Because I read Prabhupada books. What is told? All your previous time, you have been entitled to the material world with doing various activities, Bhava and Punya. Everything is openly written in Bhagavad Gita. Everybody can tell what is your previous life. Simply look at your life, how pathetic it is. From that, we can understand what is your life. But at the same time, when you now, what is the future? Two way. One is you don't take up Krishna consciousness, you end up with the same mess. And if you take up Krishna consciousness, then you're getting liberated and going back to God. Sincerely and seriously follow, take up a bona fide spiritual master, then you're just going ahead. So one-way traffic. Just go there, no traffic only, one way. So Krishna says, my way, highway. Like this. It does not make any difference. So very, very wonderful. So to be a genuine devotee, then we can see the results very beautifully, gradually manifesting. So this is a speciality of Krishna consciousness. A genuine relation of the living being with the Supreme Lord can take any form out of the five principal rasas. Here, the chivalry rasa between the Lord and the Bhishma is very much glorified by Krishna. So it's not that, okay, only Madhurya rasa, this, that, Gopi, Baba and all that, not required. Wherever there is an exchange of loving affairs between the Supreme Lord and his devotee, in various degrees, various mellows, like you serve a feast and the feast has various tastes. We read, no? Satchaturvidha Sri Bhagavat Prasado Swadana Tritan Hari Bhakta Sangan. So same way, the Lord is offered various types of items, 6 types of, taste also, and chewable, drinkable, and swallowable. Like this, very, very many types are offered by the Guru to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and through his devotees. Guru Maharaj had the Zoom session in which we saw that the devotees are making various varieties, offering to Krishna and then giving it to Guru Maharaj. And Guru Maharaj was actually looking at Zoom only. He was not eating, but he was just very pleased, very happy. And he was mentioning each of the items because these items were offered in the altar of the devotees to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So at the very same time in Chaitanya Leela class, very same time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was traveling and I don't know, somebody was cooking. So in the purport, it was coming and it was written, the Guru is, Prabhupada is writing in Chaitanya Charitamrita purport there. The Guru is very, very pleased. He may not be eating the items which are given by the disciples, but he is very, very pleased to see that the disciples are how nicely serving their deities and how nice foodstuffs they are offering to the deities. How many living entities are getting liberated? How many living entities are engaged in devotional service by offering elaborate nice foodstuffs to the Lord? So seeing this, the spiritual master is very pleased. So this correctly came during that time. We saw in the Chaitanya Charitamrita purport, Prabhupada authorizing this so sweetly. And this is the relationship with the spiritual master and the disciple at the same time. The spiritual, the pure devotee and Krishna also has various rasas, like how in the feast we offer various tastes. Same way, Akila Rasamrita Murti, Taraka Pali Lalita. So starting of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the first verse of prayer, when the starts with the Rupa Goswami is Krishna is with varieties. He doesn't want uniformity. Uniformity is manufactured in factory. You go to the factory, you see that you can very easily understand which is an organic stuff and an unorganic stuff. Because unorganic stuffs, if you see, they're all uniform. Same color, same height, same weight, same thing, same volume. Like this, manufacturing, duplicity. Whereas variety, when you see variety, then you understand it's natural. Same way, Akila Rasamrita Murti. So here, Prabhupada is mentioning that It's not that everybody rush into the conjugal rush or whatever it is. Krishna has to want to exchange various loving relationship with his devotees. And the chivalry rasa which was exchanged between Bhishma Deva and Krishna is so sweet and is glorified here. So a genuine relation to the living being, the Supreme Lord, can take any form out of the 5 principal rasas, and it does not make any difference in the transcendental degree of the genuine devotee. So Bhishma Deva is a concrete example of this. Prabhupada is mentioning. Further continuing, it should be carefully observed how the great general is transcendently related to the Lord. So Bhishma Deva is a pure devotee, eternal servant of Krishna, and he gives pleasure to Krishna by a wonderful fight. And in this war also, the exchanges, even very sweetly, they cannot forget that scene where Krishna personally dealt with them. Like, for example, we may be having many instances, we may watch many videos of Guru Maharaj. Like this, we may see many things of our temple deities. We may have, but sometimes the temple deity will reciprocate to us, will throw a garland on us or put a flower or something, some reciprocation with the deity. Then we cannot forget that particular instant. Same way with Guru, we see many, many videos, but personally we would have had some interaction. And it remains so deep in the heart. Same way, even Murari Gupta, even though he was a devotee of Lord Chaitanya, was nobody but Radha and Krishna. But he had personal interaction with Lord Ramachandra in that particular specific pastime, had many, many interactions with the Supreme Lord in exchange of love. And that incidents stay within the heart as memories. And also, it's not just memories, it's absolute truth. So once they remember it, they enter it. So one relishes that pastime because it's absolute in nature, not like material world science will not be applicable to the spiritual science. So in a spiritual world, remembrance is nothing but entering into the past again. So it's not beyond the control of time. So Murari Gupta is relishing that. So he's not able to come out of it because there were so many individual personal exchanges. So this individual personal exchanges, there may be many pastimes he would have entered. But in this particular pastime, he had very relishing, very intimate. He was a messenger between the Supreme Lord and his consort, internal energy. And he did Herculean task in order to bring out Lakshmana. But in this way, Murari Gupta is not able to come out of that rasa, which he is relishing with the personal mutual exchange between Supreme Lord and himself. Same way here also, Bhishma Deva is remembering that particular scene, even though in the deathbed when he is there, Krishna is front of his eyes. But more than this exact in front, Sakshat Krishna is there, but still he's relishing that particular Vijaya Sakha. I was throwing continuous arrows on Vijaya. Arjuna is called Vijaya. All victory, victory flag. Victory flag actually means Krishna. Sorry, means Arjuna. Some places Arjuna is mentioned as Kapit Dvaja. So Vijaya Dvaja. So Vijaya actually means victory, and that Arjuna's another name is Vijaya, victory. So this the Arjuna was continuously attacked by Bhishma, and then because he's a Sakha, promised, like Krishna promised that he will never ever take a weapon, but still he took the chariot wheel and ran towards Bhishma Deva to attack him, and Krishna broke the promise for him. So Bhishma is not able to forget this. He is continuously remembering this wonderful, beautiful scene, even though Krishna is personally present. But the mutual exchange, the personal exchange which happened between Krishna and the particular specific devotee like Bhishma now is more relishable, and that is the purpose of spirit soul's perfection. This is the perfection of the spirit soul. Having a personal interaction, that is why we are asked to perform pure devotional service in Raganuga. Means spontaneously perform. Not because the rules and regulation, I will do like this, like this, like this. The rules and regulation based is called Vaidhi. So Vidhi, based on Vidhi or rules. But the Raganuga Bhakti, what is the speciality of the Raganuga Bhakti? Is it is spontaneous. So the relationship between the Supreme Lord and so if people have so why not perform based on Vidhi? Why not based on the rules and regulation only? Why should I really develop an individual connection with Krishna? What is required? Very, very simple. that it's mentioned in Nectar of Devotion. Rupa Goswami is mentioning, and Prabhupada is giving to us in English, like he's telling those who are following based on the rules and regulations, pakka followers of rules and regulations, not developing a spontaneous possibility. That is, how can I become spontaneous from regulative? Very, very simple. Very simple. Associate with a spontaneous person like Guru Maharaj. If you associate with Guru Maharaj, then you will become a Raganuga Bhakta. Initially, we'll be following the rules and regulations. And as we associate with the pure devotee, spiritual master, especially our Guru Maharaj, spontaneous, everything is, even a schedule is not fixed. And it may change anytime. Everybody knows that nobody knows what is going to be his schedule tomorrow, day after, nothing. This way, very planned life people who live, and we are conditioned by this planning. So Guru Maharaj is spontaneous service, and when we associate, we also become Raganuga Bhakta. When we associate with Raganuga Bhakta, very simple. So what will happen if somebody follows based on only rules and regulations, strictly following? What is the result? Is they end up in Vaikuntha or Dwaraka. And the people who do spontaneous devotional service end up in Vrindavan. This is mentioned in Bhakti Rasamrita. So why? Very simple. What is the speciality? The speciality is the personal. What is special in Vrindavan? In Vrindavan, every living entity has attained the topmost perfection, above which nothing to be attained. But if somebody is in Vaikuntha or even Dwaraka, there is still more hankering. The entire perfection of the spirit soul is not attained in these places because there is no personal, individual relationship with the Supreme Lord and the spirit soul. So every spirit soul has an individual relationship with Krishna. And till that is achieved, the perfection is not complete. That is the meaning of Atma Rama verse. The meaning of Atma Rama verse is even liberated persons are getting attracted to Krishna, from which we can understand prema is higher than liberation. So liberation, Krishna will even give liberation, but he will not give prema or pure devotional service so easily. He will not give. That is why we have to approach a devotee instead of Krishna. We don't approach Krishna for devotion. We approach Krishna maybe for service, but devotional service also, we approach pure devotee, spiritual master, and he will award us. So in this way, the perfection, the complete perfection is possible only when there is a mutual exchange between an individual soul and the Lord. And this is possible by following a pure devotee spiritual master who is spontaneously performing Krishna conscious by his own sweet free will, by the order of his spiritual master. A genuine devotee will, you can very easily understand who's genuine or not. You can see the orders given by the pure devotee spiritual master, and another disciple, the sincere disciple, will be sincerely following it very seriously, one pointed attention. And then we can see that all favorable circumstances are arranged for him by the mercy of the Supreme Lord, Acharya Parampara, everything. So here we see that Bhishma Deva is a concrete example of this, and it should be carefully observed how the great general is transcendently related to the Lord. So they are transcendental relationships. It's not material relationships. Sometimes foolish commenters, they will say that, oh, sentiment. If I am chanting 16 rounds, I am following for regulative principles under the order of my spiritual master and very carefully executing Krishna consciousness. And gradually, we will see the results. This will happen in every devotee's life. And we can understand, each one can measure the genuinity of their practices by the manifestation of these properties. And when these properties are not manifested, then we understand that there is something wrong. We are not following properly the process which is given here. So that is a scale with which we can measure. So this is transcendental. This is not material. It's nothing sentimental about it. And people may comment even then Lord Chaitanya is sentimental. And those who are commenting are in the mental platform, they are psychological mental platform, they are mental speculators. So we should avoid those kind of association. Asat Sangat Yaga, E Vaishnavachara. Thank you very much. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Anybody has any questions or comments or realization, please share with us.
Hare Krishna, sir. Hare Krishna, ma'am. Ma'am, I want to share my realization this time in Tirupati, ma'am. Ma'am, we went to Tirupati. Morning, we were waiting to have darshan of Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj, his flight got postponed. So, like, we were waiting to have his darshan. And like one glimpse of Guru Maharaj, and then Guru Maharaj came around 11:30, and he came outside, and so many gathering were there, like so many devotees were there. I shouted, Guru Maharaj Hari Bol, and Guru Maharaj, that one, like he reciprocated in such a way, no ma'am, like I can't express my. He said, oh, like he showed his hand towards me, and and he looked at me, and that I don't know, ma'am. And then devotees were taking him. And I was running behind him. Guru Maharaj, something is there. He went from that temple, the environment got changed. I was talking this to Saurav and Muttu also, like how suddenly when Guru Maharaj was there, everything was so live. When Guru Maharaj went off, I was missing very much, ma'am, very much. Like next 2 days, I was in Tirupati, but I was not feeling good. I was continuously missing him very much. Though everything is there, but still those places where Guru Maharaj lived, I was missing him very much, ma'am. I don't know. I was praying to Radha Krishna. Oh, Krishna is still you're there, but I don't know. I am missing my Guru Maharaj a lot. That 2 days, like I did not like. I was not liking to go to those places where Guru Maharaj was staying. I was seeing his that poster and all. I was missing him very much, ma'am. Like that one glimpse, I remember how Guru Maharaj saw, and like yeah, I can live with that. Like I feel that was like this time that realization was, ma'am, too much. Like very beautiful, wonderful experience, but yeah, the next 2 days was like very hurting, ma'am. I don't know, ma'am, like whether I was creating any offense or not in front of Lord, but this time I was missing him very much, ma'am. That's all.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
This is the
Hari
special
Bol.
mercy of the Kartik month, that it brought you near Guru and gave you very intimate relationship. This is Kartik month's special mercy and the Guru Gauranga's special mercy. Amazing experience. In Kartik month, anybody who strive to see Krishna will have a memorable pastime in their life. And that itself will save them from all kind of calamities that they had, that they're supposed to be destined to. Very beautiful. Jai. Kartik month ki jai. Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Jai Guru Maharaj. Super.
In this Kartik month, any devotional service you perform from anywhere, 1,000 times a manifold results you are getting. So it will be very intense. Whatever you make an attempt, it will be very intense. We are very unfortunate that we will see Guru Maharaj only on 24th. He will be coming to Mayapur. On 20th, that is day after tomorrow, he is in Delhi. And in Delhi, he will be going to the hospital. And from the hospital, he will be going to Vrindavan Thursday. And probably, so that is Thursday, 20th. Then 21, he is there. So 23, he may fly back. 24th, he will be reaching Mayapur. Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
So wonderful experience. You also, Saurav also had, this Kartik month is, all those who are hankering are getting the association of Guru Maharaj. Those who are hankering, they're getting the association of Guru Maharaj in this Kartik month. Kartik month is very auspicious transcendentally. Take full advantage of this. One round you are chanting in this month. If you are outside the Dham, then you are getting 1,000 times benefit of that. Any devotional service you perform, 1,000 times benefit that you will be getting. And in Dham, if you visit there, whatever you perform, another 100 will be multiplied. So 1 lakh times you are getting. And within the surrounding of 1 kilometer around Gaura Ganga here in Mayapur, if you perform 1 lakh into 1 lakh time, unlimitedly, you can, swiftly progress spiritually during this month. Don't lose this opportunity. Thank you very much. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Thank you very much for your association. So let's get back for 5 o'clock tomorrow morning with the congregation chanting of the holy name. Nobody came today. And followed by Srimad Bhagavatam class. Grandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Patita Pawan Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Patita Pawan Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Satsang ki jai. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Guru Maharaj ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Hari Hari Hari
Hari Hari Hari Bol.
Sweet remembrance of the pastime of Guru Maharaj to all